What's up everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and welcome to a quick update I wanted to make on Bitgert and the Brise coin, which obviously yesterday was very bullish. It still is very bullish. We have almost reached our price target right here around 60. You could argue that we reached 59.5, but altogether I have a very bullish because of news about a buyback and burn program coming. So I just wanted to do a quick update on that, give you my thoughts on how it's been so far, and also my thoughts on what to expect in the future. So let's get right into it. We have some new news. What you can see right now is that the volume is up to 26 million, which is well, very high compared to the last 3 months. But even all time, it might even be a record. Here, the beginning of March, we actually reached 31 million, but we have rarely reached 26 million. If you take a look at where the volume is coming from, it's basically the same proportion and same distribution as yesterday, so that's good, I suppose. Oh, excuse me, let me just do this. So yeah, altogether we've been fairly bullish. What I said yesterday is that I expected us to find some resistance at 50, which, if I'm saying 50, what it basically is it's 5,000 here, all right? It's just there are so many zeros that it's very hard to analyze. But I thought we would find some resistance at 50, not this much though. I mean, we dropped down all the way to 40, but some resistance there, and that eventually we would be able to break above that level at around 50 and get towards my price target around 60, which is really the psychological level ahead of this bigger key level. I mean, you can see that basically, I mean, I should have maybe dragged this down, because you can see that there's this level right here going all the way from 59.7 all the way up to 68. Huge resistance level. It's not necessarily that strong because it just consists of multiple smaller resistance levels, but nonetheless it's very important. But you can see that we have finally found some resistance. We also 13 hours ago got some more news that the Brise burn is coming soon and you don't want to miss it. We're talking about a whopping 2.8 million worth of Brise gone forever. So usually the case is that you have buyback and burns, right? So they can actually use their treasury to buy back tokens, which is usually more bullish than a burn. Because that always affects the price, because the price is supply and demand. Well, if the demand increases by $2.8 million, you will definitely see that in the markets, all right? The sell orders will definitely be bought. With a burn, you don't necessarily directly see it, because there's no direct selling or buying coming. It just decreases the supply, which usually has a lagging effect on the price. So I don't actually consider this as very bullish, but that's just my opinion. First and second of all, I also, well, first of all, because it's a burn, but second of all, 2.8 million. Sure, on the market cap, it's nice. It's 1% of the supply, or I'm not sure how they. I'm not even sure how much of the supply it is, because they're just burning it off of the max or the total supply, I suppose. Yeah, it's going to be it's obviously good news, but it's not as good as I expected, because I was definitely expecting a strategic buyback plan. But more of that is probably still coming. So this is just the top of the iceberg. So I would still consider Brise as bullish, but I think we'll drop down a little bit from the resistance level we just touched. Now I think we're going to drop down to this level right here around 50. Around 50 and 49. I think we'll find some support there, and eventually what I think is going to happen is I think we can actually get all the way up to this level right here around 68 and 65 as well. But that's a little bit of long term, because today is actually just a very important day for crypto, because we have the Federal Reserve interest rate decision, which really comes at a bad time for Brise, because the results of this are going to make Brise move even more than this news about the strategic buyback and burn plan. So probably today will still be a little bit bearish. We'll drop down to 50, and then from there probably start going up again. But at some point the interest rate is going to happen, and the results of which can be bullish or bearish. If they're bearish, we will drop down with Brise. If they're bullish, we'll probably get all the way up to 65 cents easily. 65. I should say, easily. But that all depends on the interest rate. So for today, I cannot really do too much of an analysis. even though I try to give you my estimates for the long term for Brise as well. If you want to know whether we're going to go up or down because of the interest rate, check out the video I'm going to make later this afternoon, in which I'll explain that thoroughly. But for now, this is my take on Brise and Bitgert. If you do have any questions, let me know. But for now, take care and bye.